Okay, here we go. Here's another video to see the progress of the yard and what I want to have done based on the first video. The first video I showed, I believe, was I'm going to go up the stairs here and pan to the left. I think I showed the video of, maybe I should back up actually. Let me back up a second here. Okay. Reason I'm backing up is to point out, well, I should point out two things. Number one, the sewer cover here, this drain here that goes into the ditch, the covered ditch at this in front of the house, over there on the side, it's an open ditch. But on the front of the house, in the driveway, we have this, and I don't know if you could tell because the sun's very strong here, it's hard for me to tell that there's like an encavement around the sewer cover and just before it on the left, and obviously weeds growing out of there. This has to be redone, and I'm hoping to have the person that I contracted, the team I contracted to do repairs around here, I'm hoping they're going to do this correctly end to end. I don't know that end to end is included in the price we agreed upon, because my main concern was to fix the sewer here and level it out, and maybe 10 feet to the left and 10 feet to the right. So I don't know if you could tell, I got about 15 to 20 feet on each side. So I don't know, I'm going to try to get them to do that too. Everything has to be redone around here. The pavement, you can see the wall here, the retaining wall too. That's a story for another day. This is the front of the house. Okay, the path from the driveway that goes to the front door, you can see all the weeds growing out of the pavement. That has to be done. In front, our landing and going down towards the street between those flower pots, all has to be redone, cleaned out and sealed, polymer sand, maybe even fix the stairs here a little bit. But again, that's a job for another day. What I've contracted somebody to do is that sewer cover, that manhole cover, the stairs here, not the retaining walls left and right, which obviously need to be straightened out. But the stairs and the landing up there has to be leveled and cleaned. The pavement has to be cleaned. You could tell the retaining wall here, I don't know if you could see as well as I could see, both my walls, this one and the one beside the trucks over there, are like bubbled out, and that's obviously because it was poorly done. Again, a job and a story for another day. So somebody's coming to fix this here. Starting this week, starting today, they're going to drop off some equipment. The manhole cover area, the stairs, the landing here, supposedly even all the pavement, all the way to the end there where the shed is. That's actually the pool house on the right. All the way to there, they're supposed to clean the joints, put new polymer, and sealer. Not this little patch on the right, that's going to be removed, and I'm going to put down some earth, the earth that's there, and try to grow some grass where the little path is to the right. So this is the progress since 2 years ago. I wanted to make this video last fall, and I came very close to doing it, almost on the anniversary of my first video in 2020, the fall of 2020, but it just didn't happen. I was too occupied. I'm too busy when I'm working during my working season. So this is the progress. I contracted a company to come and actually do the excavation, a good 15 inches deep, where I want to build my gazebo, and obviously compact it with rock and rock dust. And then I'm going to have somebody come and do pavement there, paver stones, but first I'm having somebody come and build the gazebo structure, because I really thought it was a project I would undertake myself, but between the injury I have and the condition I'm in and probably will be forever, and lack of time, and also lack of manpower, lack of aid, I could probably get the wife to help, but it's just better. I'm not in any shape to really undertake that, to tell you the truth. Digging the holes, I have to dig like 11 holes for the poles, and they're very big and heavy poles, you know, at least 12 feet long, 6 by 6. You know, it's just a project that, you know, if I weren't in the condition I'm in, you know, 5-6 years ago I would have done. Now I'm contracting somebody, which is better. It'll be professionally done. And again, I'll get into the whole gazebo thing later, maybe in another video, maybe after the structure is built. I'm having it partially built this year, and probably going to have it or finish it myself next year the way I really want it. And that's why I'll make another video for the gazebo area itself. You know, there's a lot to take into consideration, including city regulations and stuff. Has to be a certain distance from the fence, certain total amount of square footage, blah blah blah. This area too, haven't really, how could I say, not decided. I don't have a specific use for this area right now that you know, for the future. So right now it's kind of a storage area, but that's going to have to change once, you know, the gazebo's built and the pavers here are cleaned up and sealed and so on, and maybe the grass has grown here. That's going to have to change. This is going to have to become something else than Ugly Depot. So we'll see about that. We'll see what we're going to do there. But I could say things are moving and shaking this year. I could tell you that right now. So I've undertaken a contract with one team to do the pavers, clean the 2 projects I showed, the manhole cover area, the stair area and landing, this path behind that is immediately behind the house, and will be in front of the gazebo once that's done. And that should be, you know, both of these projects are going to be probably undertaken in the next couple of weeks. The paver people are, as I said before, dropping off equipment today, probably going to start sometime tomorrow or Wednesday. And hopefully I could get to the city in time to go this Wednesday to get a permit, an official permit based on my drawing of what I want to build here, and give the green light to the team and choose one of 3 teams that are competing really at this point to have the contract to build the structure. Again, not entirely finished to my liking, but the major part, the part that really I've been dreaming about for years, literally dreaming and talking about almost on a daily during non-winter months for 3 or 4 years. So this team that's coming, they're going to also undertake the team for the pavé, the pavers. They're also going to undertake this area here, which is my patio area. You know, that's my balcony where we come in from, basically the dining room. We come down here. This is where we usually come in and out of most of the time to go swimming and have a meal. So this is, you can see it's elevated compared to the walkway where I just came from. So it's an elevated area that goes around the pool, all the way around the pool completely. This area, they're going to re-level the first 2 rows here, the outside retaining wall and the first 2 rows of pavers, so that they're on a level, so that they look straight. And pretty much they're going to follow that whole wall around to straighten everything out and clean out the joints and put new polymer and seal it as well. So all this whole area around the pool, which will be, you know, spectacular. It'll be amazing. And this area, okay, so if I turn around, you can see where I came from. Okay, this continues all the way to this little corner here where the flower bed is, and it goes straight to the front of the shed, and you'll see after when I get closer the side of the shed. It goes around the trees here, it goes here as well, but they're going to fix all that. So basically starting from the wall here all the way to the bush over there is going to be redone, cleaned out, and re-leveled so that the water drains into the bush. Okay, that's a big thing that has to be done because I got a lot of water accumulation right here in front. Every time I do that, it blurs the picture. But right there, because it's elevated around the shed, and it shouldn't be. The shed itself sunk. You could see the flower beds in front of the shed, how crooked they are at the wall of the shed level, because the shed went down but the flower beds didn't. And that's on both sides. That's the front of the shed and the side of the shed here. It did the same thing. So they elevated, for whatever reason, when this place was built, they made a stair to go up in front of the shed and on the side of the shed here, which is useless in my opinion. It doesn't look good. And by the way, I hate these flower beds. They're going to disappear too. These ones in front of the shed where water splashes up on the white aggregate and siding and leaves dirt all over all the time. I hate them. They're going to disappear too, and it's going to be just one larger path all the way to the bush. And here, same thing. We're going to clean this out, and we're going to try to find some of these little pavers. They're often given away or sold inexpensively used, because I want to get like seasoned ones, weathered ones. And we're going to level this too, so that it's all one, more or less one level. There'll be no stairs, no step, I mean. So yeah, that's the goal, and it's moving and shaking, as I said. And here around the pool too, the work they're going to do is significant. They're going to refix basically from the stairs of the pool over here. You can see all these thick ass joints. The retaining wall is backed up a lot. It's sticking out a little bit. They're going to fix all this area all the way to the basically the slide over there. The rest of it is pretty tight, so they're going to just